When studying the careers of history's greatest artists, you begin to notice parallels in their works. Monet and Renoir both found inspiration while gazing upon the floating restaurant La Grenouillère. H.P. Lovecraft and Nathaniel Hawthorne both wrote short stories inspired by the Greek myth of Pygmalion. And both Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber and Stephen Lawrence Schwartz composed musicals based on the life of Jesus Christ. But it is rare to come across two titans of their fields whose work mirror each other across decades. Two unique minds who, for almost their entire careers, seem to be making art upon similar subjects. Diving through time and space to forge a conversation through the cosmos. And yet, we've been lucky enough to see such majesty in the careers of two of film's biggest powerhouses, which is why today we are taking a look at the parallel works of David Cronenberg and Eddie Murphy.
No, I'm serious.
Welcome once again to Strangely Similar. In this video, we're going to examine the films of two icons of cinema, the Canadian-born horror director and sometimes actor David Cronenberg, and Brooklyn-born comedian, actor, and sometimes singer Eddie Murphy. And while at first glance it may appear that these two men have led completely separate careers, once we start looking at their filmography, we notice they are, in fact, strangely similar. Our first comparison is between the movies The Fly and The Nutty Professor. In both movies, we follow a brilliant scientist who creates a world-altering invention. He meets a beautiful and intelligent woman who is fascinated by his work, although he convinces himself she is not interested in him. In an act of desperation, the scientist uses himself as a guinea pig to test his invention, causing a severe genetic mutation. While at first the changes appear to be positive, the scientist's arrogance and bad behavior quickly spiral out of control. Both movies also have a scene where the scientist gazes upon their altered visage in the mirror, and a scene where, in their Mr. Hyde-like state, they assault a man at a club. And whatever this is.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Our next two films are Dead Ringers and Bowfinger. Two films about twin brothers, one shy, one confident, who end up in a web of lies and betrayal, causing one brother to completely unravel. Also, they both sleep with the same woman, who is an actress.
This is the most disgusting thing that's ever happened to me.
I doubt that.
She gave me the works, man. She is the most inventive girl.
Are these comparisons melting your brain? Moving on, let's take a look at The Brood and The Haunted Mansion. Two haunting tales about how past trauma can affect the present in supernatural ways and the lengths one man will go to in order to protect his family. Fun fact, makeup effects legend Rick Baker created the makeup for The Haunted Mansion, The Nutty Professor, and the first of our next two films, Videodrome and Holy Man. In both movies, we follow a man who, while looking for new programming for his television network, finds his life turned upside down when he stumbles across a media prophet with the ability to connect with people through television.
Now, right now, this very second, and I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more, you can be taking some chances, you can be living more.
Has your perception of reality been altered? Next on the docket, we have Eastern Promises and Coming to America. Both movies are about a charming man from another country who becomes entangled with a young woman in a metropolitan city, forcing him to decide between family and her. Not to mention their iconic bathing scenes. Coming up, let's compare Stephen King's The Dead Zone and Nickelodeon-produced Imagine That. In both of these stories, we follow a person who gains the ability to predict the future. While at first this appears to be a gift, these powers eventually lead to turmoil and ultimately sacrifice. Now for the rapid-fire round. Cosmopolis and Trading Places both offer a scathing look at capitalism and the hubris of money.
Well, it sounds to me like you guys are a couple of bookies.
Shivers and A Vampire in Brooklyn are two urban horror films with human-like monsters motivated by sex and violence.
I would love to have you for dinner.
A Dangerous Method and Dr. Dolittle are both stories of doctors with some unconventional techniques. The Fly 2 and Dr. Dolittle 3 are both sequels that do not include the protagonist of the first film and focuses instead on their child.
That's gonna be roughing it!
The movies M. Butterfly and Mulan are both stories of love, betrayal, and disguise set in China.
Stand watch, Mushu, while I blow our secret with my stupid girly habits.
And the list goes on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on. And with both artists still working, who knows what parallels we will see in the future. Will The Shrouds and Beverly Hills Cop 4 both be eerie meditations on death?
This shit's supposed to be like riding a bike. You're supposed to get right in there and know how to do this shit.
But we'd like to end on a comparison between two unlikely works. A 1989 Japanese commercial for the Toyota Celica and the 1996 film Crash. And while Cronenberg has dipped his toes in commercial works, this commercial stars Eddie Murphy, whose excitement for the vehicle he's pitching is strangely similar to the excitement we see in Cronenberg's film Crash from people who, well, the clip speaks for itself.
Listen to the 10-speaker super live sound system. 10! Listen to it! Ah! Who will be the first to take a ride in the new Celica? Wanted. New Celica.
So, what do you think? Is your mind blown?
People have said to me, you really should make a comedy, and I said, but I've made nothing else.
You're getting more and more like me every day.
Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and while you're at it, be sure to like and subscribe to the Atomic Abe YouTube channel for more in-depth looks at pop culture, including a side-by-side comparison of John Carpenter's apocalyptic horror film The Thing and the baseball comedy The Bad News Bears.